Hello everyone and welcome back to Risa Does Makeup. Today it is going to be Risa talking fashion. It's been quite a while since I've done a fashion related video, and I know I promised you guys a long time ago that I would do another one, and it's been about 6 months. So this is long overdue. I apologize for the long delay. This one's going to be a little bit different than my last one. This one is going to be talking about how or my tips, my recommendations for how I manage to look so put together or stylish as a mom and wife. And although I don't work full time, I work part time. But even when I worked full time, I always was somebody that tried to look really pulled together and fashionable. And these aren't exactly my words. Like, I hate to call myself always put together. It's kind of what you guys have told me over the course of my time here on YouTube and on Instagram and Snapchat. I get a lot of messages from people asking me how I manage to look so put together and where do I shop, and they ask me about the different clothes that I'm wearing and, well, how do I find the time to put makeup on? And some of you will tell me, like, I can't even be motivated in the morning to take a shower sometimes. And trust me, I've been there, especially if you're someone with small children at home. I remember those days. So this is gonna be obviously a chatty video. So if you're someone who doesn't like to sit for 20 minutes and listen to somebody talk, then feel free to click away. But I think I will offer you all some valuable tips. Just basically things that I do or I recommend to others who ask me, like, what can I do to improve my style on limited time, perhaps a limited budget even. So I want to share everything that I can think of with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing how to be more put together, then please keep on watching. So the very first thing I would tell someone who came up to me and asked, Risa, how do I go about looking more put together? My first answer would be that you have to really want to do it. You have to believe that you are worth the time and the little bit of effort that it takes to look polished and put together on a day-to-day basis. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't do a full face and wear a cute outfit every single day of the week. When it's 110 degrees here in Las Vegas in the summertime, I'm wearing a pair of cutoff shorts, a tank top, some flip-flops, my hair in a ponytail, and some sunglasses. That is my uniform. But it's all about wearing those items, but not looking sloppy wearing those items. But that we'll get to in a second. Back to my first point, you really have to want to do it. It's kind of like making the decision to lose weight. You can't kind of half-ass it. You have to really want to just make the decision. This is the day, this is the year that I am going to make some changes. I want to improve myself, and to really feel that you're worthy of that time and effort for yourself to make those improvements. A lot of women, moms especially, we feel from either deep in ourselves or from society. Society will make us feel like it's somehow wrong that we take this time for ourselves because we're taking away time spent with our kids or our husband or making our home. And it really shouldn't be that way. Everybody needs me time. Everybody needs to feel good about themselves. That, I believe, is how people get into they can become very depressed, and they can become more jealous, and they can become cynical, and what other adjectives can I come up with? You really have to let yourself, give yourself permission, is what I'm trying to say. Give yourself permission to care about yourself and your appearance. It doesn't mean you're vain. It doesn't mean you're shallow. It doesn't mean that you're full of yourself. It just means that you want to present a certain image to the world. You want to present a certain confidence. You want to teach your children, even, especially if you have daughters. I teach your daughter, and I don't have one, but I still want to teach my sons that their appearance out in the world does matter. It's not about being the prettiest or the thinnest or wearing the coolest clothes, but you want to go out into the world being confident and I feel like if you look good, it really can make you feel good. So number 2, my next tip or suggestion is to start with a closet clean out. You want to go into your closet, and I know other articles you might have read or segments on TV you might have seen, they'll say, well, anything you haven't worn in 3 to 4 months, you should toss. And I don't go by that. I say if you haven't worn it in about a year, because you obviously want to cover all the seasons. So you want to look at everything in your closet, and if it's something you haven't touched in the last year, or if you want to be a little bit more lenient, then you can say maybe the last year or 2. But definitely if you look at things in your closet and you haven't worn them for 5 years, 6 years, and they're not nostalgic to you in some way, put them in a box and send them to the Salvation Army or to Goodwill or whatever, or just pitch them if they're in bad shape. But get them out of your closet, because you need to be able to see what you have and know what you have. So even if you have to bring in a friend and try on everything in your closet, and I did that with my mom several times already, where she'll show me things or she'll put it on and I'll just say no, and it goes in the to-go pile. And you really should be doing that at least once a year, because I promise you that will help once you weed out the unnecessaries. So after you've done the closet clean out, you want to get organized. The way I organize my closet, section off by, not by color, but by style. I'll have my everyday tops. I will have my going out tops, my little bit sexier, dressier tops. I will have, my sweaters are always folded. I will have dresses, evening dresses, sundresses, blue jeans, jeans of different colors like white jeans or crop jeans or anything like that, and then skirts. So I have it kind of all sectioned out. So if I want to wear an outfit like today where I'm wearing jeans and a top that I feel could go day or night, like I'm wearing this now with some booties because it's actually pretty cool here in Las Vegas this week. So I pulled out some black peep toe booties. This top and jeans could also be dressed up by me changing out the shoe to perhaps a black pump or perhaps a knee-high black boot with a heel. So these are the kind of tops that I really like. I like day to night tops. So again, I have those all sectioned out. So once you've cleared out, then get organized. Then once you've done that, you want to go shopping for key pieces, staples, things that you absolutely love. And when you go shopping, you want to try your best to avoid what I like to call sale goggles. And the term sale goggles means that you see something on sale for a great price. You don't really love it, but you feel like, hey, I might use that someday. I might use that black skirt with the slits on the side that's on sale for $20 from $150, and it's a good brand. I know people in my family that do this, where I'll be shopping with them and they'll see something and they'll say, oh, but it's such a good brand, and it's so, it's really on sale. But that doesn't necessarily mean you should buy it or that you're gonna wear it. And then what I also do sometimes is, even if it is a great price and I actually really do like the item, I'll think about what I have in my closet and I'll say to myself, do I already have, what event would I wear this to? And if I didn't have this item, what would I wear instead? I think to myself, do I already have something that I could wear to this event? So in essence saying, do I really need this, or do I like it better than that other option? So say I was going to a fancy dinner party at one of the nice restaurants here in Vegas, and I wanted to wear a dress, and I saw a great dress, reasonably priced, on sale that I loved. Do I already have something in my closet that I could put on for that dinner and feel amazing in, that I haven't worn, several times, because now with social media, they can't be seen in an outfit on Facebook more than twice or even once for some people. So that's what I think of before I go ahead and buy that item. So as far as the go-to pieces that I would recommend, the first thing would be to find a really good pair of jeans. Before I even get into the jean thing, I just want to say that you should look for the style that's most flattering to you. Don't worry about what's trendy. I see people on fashion forums all the time saying, are wide leg jeans out, or are bootleg jeans out, or skinny jeans out? What's in this season? I would concentrate more on what is flattering to your body versus what's trendy. I love, believe it or not, I love a 70s boho vibe. I love a flowy top with a wide or bell leg pant. I like that vibe. And even if wide leg is out, I'm still gonna wear it because I put on an outfit like that and I feel good and I feel like it looks good on me. It elongates, I already have decently long legs, but elongates my legs. It makes me look thinner. So that's what I'm gonna wear. I don't really care if somebody says it's not in the season. So back to the jeans and buying the jeans. I understand finding the right jeans is like finding a good bathing suit. And sometimes you get jeans home and you've worn them a couple times and they've stretched out. They've stretched out in the knees. And my personal experience has been that a lot of the higher end denim is actually better quality denim. Not all, but my favorite jeans are by AG and they're pretty expensive. I actually am wearing them now. So these are a high waist. They go to my belly button, but they don't give me like the muffin top. A lot of times jeans that are like to here, they'll give you a little bit of muffin top, no matter if they're the right size or not. But these just fit me so well. They're the perfect length and they don't stretch out. So of all the jeans that I own, all the different brands, these are the ones I reach for the most. They are my go-to jeans. And as I said, this brand is pretty expensive, but I found them at Nordstrom Rack for I think $119. So we've talked about jeans and now let's move on to some other wardrobe staples, at least for me. In the summer, I love sundresses. I have a very feminine style and I understand not everybody has a very feminine style. Some women love menswear styles and you wouldn't touch a sundress with a 10-foot pole. And I understand that, but you need to find other things like your uniform. What can you put on that, especially in the summertime, that's casual and cool and comfortable? Maybe it's a pair of capris and a nice fitted tank, or maybe it's a pair of capris with a button-down shirt. Just find what you feel good and what you're comfortable and what suits your style, and then maybe buy that item in a couple of different colors. So maybe you found a button-down shirt that you love for summer and you should get it in white, you should get it in hot pink, you should get it in whatever colors that you like. So finding those pieces, and even if they cost a little bit more money, those are the things that I've learned as I've gotten older to really invest in. I bought this sundress about 2 summers ago that was a little over $200. And usually I would never, ever think of buying a sundress for over $200. I would go to TJ Maxx and get them for $30 or $29 or $19.99 or something. But I love this dress so much and I bought it and I love it. I have worn it so many times and every time I put it on, I get compliments. It was money well spent because I find sometimes if I go to a place like Marshall's or TJ Maxx, I'll buy something and it's like, okay, but it's not something that I absolutely love. So maybe it's better that I buy something I really love and don't even walk into TJ Maxx and or Marshall's for a while and just really take full advantage of this one item that I bought that I really love. And I've done that with another wardrobe staple for me. I'm kind of moving seasons here because I want to cover everything. But I love a boot in the fall and winter. And I finally last year invested in the Stuart Weitzman 50/50 suede boot. And the reason why I finally decided to invest in such a pricey brand is because Stuart Weitzman, I find the quality is excellent. He makes very comfortable shoes. I decided to go with a more flat heel versus a higher heel because this is just the most versatile for me. And Stuart Weitzman makes a calf circumference small enough for my calves. I am one of those skinny calf people. So when I would go to Macy's or wherever or DSW or something and try on boots, they would always be too big in the calves and I didn't like that look. I still wanted it wide enough that I could wear a jean because I like to wear my boots with skirts and with jeans. So I like that this has a stretchy back. So while these are a definite investment, they are my go-to boot all winter. I probably wouldn't recommend suede for somebody who lives in a very snowy area. But for me here in Las Vegas, I live in these boots. In fact, I really want to get the heeled boot now, but I don't think my husband's gonna go for it. Jeans, boot cut jeans. I always recommend getting a bootie, just a black leather bootie. You don't have to get one this high. This one actually is, I think, Marona from Target. So no matter what your budget is, if you can only spend $20 on a pair of ankle booties, then make them the cutest, most comfortable $20 ankle booties you've ever seen. Make them $20 ankle booties that you love. And they are out there. Of course, those aren't real leather. So if you're looking for real leather at that price point, you're probably gonna be a little hard pressed unless you go someplace like TJ Maxx or Marshall's. But my point is that having those two items in your wardrobe can instantly put you together. A pair of jeans, a tall boot, a cute top, or a cute sweater, you are good to go. So I've already purchased a bunch of sweaters for fall. I love cozy sweaters. I love bell sleeve sweaters. Like this sweater I got last year at Neiman Marcus on sale. It is so soft. It can be worn off the shoulder. It can be worn one shoulder. It can be worn as a cowl neck. It has decently like long sleeves and it's just stretchy and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite sweaters and I spent a little bit more on this, but for this season, I went and I purchased a couple that were from the Brass Plum section at Nordstrom that were under $40 and I love those too. So that brings me to Instagram. I know some of you are just way too busy to be on social media. Again, if you have small children or maybe you feel like you're too old to be on Instagram, but I'll tell you, Instagram has really helped me out. I have found some fashion bloggers that I really, really like. And now with the reward style, the like to know it app, if you don't know what that is, basically you just like the photo and then the information about where they bought that product or where you can buy that product, they were probably sent it, but where you can buy the product, it comes right to your email. So I will click a photo of an outfit that I like on Instagram. It will send me an email and it will have links to every item that that person is wearing. I actually am going to be signing up for that very soon. It's just, I've been procrastinating, but it's great because you can even do it for makeup. I know people who've done it for makeup where if you just click on the photo or just like the photo, the information about the makeup they're wearing and where to purchase will come to your email. So I have found it to be a great tool because remember back in the day, we used to look at magazines. We used to pick up, not necessarily Vogue because that never really had anything that interested me, but you used to get inspiration from magazines and celebrities and, style magazine from People or whatever it was called. But now Instagram is great and there are bloggers of all ages, all sizes. If you are really petite, there's bloggers for petite. If you are more full, if you have a more fuller figure, there are bloggers for everyone. So it's really, really a great resource that you should be using. And speaking of Instagram and taking pictures, I highly recommend that if you have an outfit on that you have put together that you love, you feel amazing in, take a picture of that outfit. Take a selfie of that outfit. I know I've mentioned doing this for makeup, like to make sure your eyeliner is even. In my other videos, I've talked about this a couple times, that some people feel silly taking selfies. They feel like, oh, that's for young people or that's for, vain people. But to be honest, taking photos of your looks, and when I do that myself, sometimes I put them on Instagram, sometimes I don't, but I always save them so I can go back and look at what I wore with what, or what I just felt really good in, or, because sometimes you just can't remember. That's another thing that comes with getting older is your memory goes a little bit. So it's good to have those photos stored and that you can look back on and be like, hey, I like that outfit. I'm gonna wear that again. So we've covered weeding out what we don't wear anymore, getting organized, shopping for key pieces. The first thing we discussed was just wanting to do this and wanting to invest the time. And then makeup is also a part of being pulled together. I actually just did a video last week on minimal makeup. And so I'll link that, everyday shopping makeup, just how to look pulled together. But another thing I recommend is when, time is an issue, have all of those makeup items in one little confined area at your vanity or wherever it is that you do your makeup. I have, a blush drawer. I have because I'm an addict, obviously I'm a makeup addict. So I have, drawers full of lipsticks and then drawers of palettes and all that. But I do have the one right next to me that has all my go-tos, my go-to eyeshadow primer, my go-to brow pencil, my go-to blush, my go-to lipsticks. It's sectioned off so I don't have to look for it. I have easy access. So in the morning, if I wanna put on some jeans, put on some boots, pop on a sweater, pull my hair back into a ponytail, put on my brows, a little mascara, I can do that in a short period of time because it's all right there. I'm telling you, organization is key. And I know some of you younger moms are probably thinking, well, that's easy for you to say. You know, your kids are teenagers. You don't have one tugging at your leg or taking your lipstick while you're, out of your drawer and putting it all over their face. And no, I don't have that now, but I did. And I just made it happen. I was the mom with a 2-year-old going through my stuff. And you gotta learn to work fast. As I said, the very first thing, if it's important to you, you can make the time. I think sometimes, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, because I've done this too, that you kind of make excuses for why you aren't doing something. We like to be able to justify all of our actions and say, oh, I'm too tired to do this, or I don't have time, to shop for clothes. But the world has become a much easier place to shop for clothes. I always order from places that I can do easy returns, that don't charge for returns, but I do shop a lot online, especially with this Like to Know It app. I will, just click on Nordstrom and order it, and then if it doesn't work, I can send it right back. But, the world has actually become a little bit, I think, easier to shop. And once again, if you find something you like, order it in all the available colors. So I'm not saying that if you are a mom and you're not doing this, please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to put anyone down by any means with anything that I'm saying. I am 150% a supporter of all women, all moms, all working moms, all stay-at-home moms, women that have never had children. I am a supporter of all of you, and I'm really just trying to tell you what I do and what my suggestions are because, well, I have been asked. So anyway, I don't want this video to be an hour. I feel like it already is, but I do have more to say, more I want to cover, but maybe that will have to be in another 6 months. Hopefully not another 6 months. Hopefully it won't take me that long to do this. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. I'm thinking of starting a weekly series called Talk Tuesdays, where we just kind of chat about things. I want you guys to get to know me a little bit better. I feel like I do share quite a bit on my videos, but I share more like on my Snapchat. So definitely follow me there if you are so inclined. You can see me more in my natural state a lot more often. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't hesitate to ask any questions you might have in the comments. I try my best to respond to everybody. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not already. I'll see you guys in my next video.